Janis, and tonight we're going to be practicing a flow for weekend warriors. What do I mean by that? Maybe you're someone that works a full-time job, doesn't have a lot of time for exercise or sports participation during the week, but you train on the weekends or you compete in things like 5Ks, half marathons. Maybe you're like me and you do martial arts like Jiu Jitsu, Judo. Um, Maybe you play softball. So any of those things that are not part of your necessarily daily life, that you train for. You probably do some weightlifting and some cardio, but maybe you're forgetting about your flexibility and your balance, and that's where I may be able to help you with this flow. I am filming at my house today. I'm on the front porch. Traffic and neighbors tend to get a little noisy, so I will apologize in advance for that, but hopefully you can hear me okay, and you'll also have my visual cues as well. So we'll try to keep this to about 25 to 30 minutes today. There will also be a longer version that I'll be recording in the next couple of weeks, and I'm actually at some point hoping to offer a class series for people that are interested in integrating this kind of work into your training regimen. So we'll go ahead and start standing. Shake it out. Maybe you've been sitting all day. Maybe you've already moved a lot. Maybe your muscles are tight. So let's just give it a little shake. And take a deep breath in. Raise the arms up overhead. Palms facing each other, reaching up through the fingers. And as you exhale, bring the palms together, hands to the heart. Press your thumbs into your chest and allow yourself a moment to connect with your breath and your pulse. Both of these things you can feel to gauge any practice that you participate in, and even how you're feeling through the day. When we tend to get anxious, the pulse quickens, the breath gets more shallow, so this is a way to help us keep in touch with ourselves. So another deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, palms to the sides. You can keep your palms facing your hips at this point. We're going to build our standing poses. I like to build them from the ground up. So lift the toes off the mat, spread them wide, and then intentionally root down through all four corners of the feet. Feet will be about hip distance apart at this point, which is not as wide as some people think it is. So about here. And toes are wide, not gripping, but just pressing into the mat. You can feel all 10 toes pressing in, all four corners of the feet, including the heels and the balls of the feet. And you can feel the stability that creates. It helps to lift the arch of the foot, engage the ankles, and wrap the muscles of the legs around the bones. Pelvis is in neutral position, so we're not tucked or tilted back. Draw your belly button in toward the spine and up slightly. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. So shoulders are stacked over the hips, ribs are stacked over the hips. And turn the palms out facing the front for your mountain pose. Chin is tucked slightly, reaching up through the crown of the head. Inhale here. Hold. Exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Good. Now we'll bring the arms up in our mountain pose. So as you inhale, drift the arms up over the head, palms face each other, thumbs toward the back of your space. You can even turn them out slightly, turning the pinkies slightly towards each other, reaching up through the pinky finger side of the hand to help keep the shoulders down. Pull those front ribs in by engaging the belly button back toward the spine and slightly up. Tuck the chin, reaching up through the crown of the head. Inhale here. Hold. Turn the palms out, and as you exhale, float the hands back down to the sides. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, arms up overhead. Still pressing down through all four corners of the feet. long spine. Exhale, palms turn out and come back down to the sides. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hold here. Really focusing on that length in that posture. Exhale, turn the palms out, float the hands back down to the sides. One more. Inhale. Gaze is forward or slightly up. Exhale, float the hands back down to the sides. On this inhale, lift your right arm up overhead, keeping the shoulder away from the ear, keeping the left shoulder relaxed, reaching down the left thigh. And exhale over to the left side. You're not just collapsing here, you're lifting up and extending over to the left, opening up through the side body. This is great if you do have an office job where you're sitting a lot of the day. We tend to spend a lot of our day in that compressed position. Inhale, back up to center, both arms up. Exhale, right arm comes down the right thigh. Lift and extend over to the right. Gaze can be down, forward, or up as you reach and extend. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale, reaching, extending to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Great. Keep rooting down through all four corners of the feet. We're going to start with some half sun salutations, and then I'll progress you to the full sun salutation. So this one is relatively easy to follow along with, so just listen to my voice, and if you need to, you can look up for those visual cues. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward at the waist, just letting your upper body hang over the legs. No effort at all here. Nodding the head yes and no. Letting the arms hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to shins. Spine lengthens out through the crown of the head. Exhale, back into your forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your legs, bend your knees, and roll up, completing the inhale by bringing the arms up over the head. Exhale, hands together, palms to heart center. Let's speed that up a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending the knees and rolling up. Hands come all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, you can roll up or reverse that swan dive all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling up or reversing that swan dive all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Take a moment here to breathe. And I'll talk you through the first round of the full sun salutation. Just follow along as best you can. If you've never done yoga before, this might be a little new to you, but the stretches are probably things that you've seen either in warm-ups or cool-downs for your activities. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Inhale, step back into your plank pose or top of a push-up, pressing down through all your fingers, the pad of your hand, trying to keep that weight from dumping into the wrist. Exhale, lower your knees and lower to the ground. Hands are underneath the shoulders here as you inhale into your cobra pose. Very little pressure in the hands here. You're using contraction of the back muscles to lift the chin and chest off the mat. Exhale, tuck your toes, pressing down into your hands and all 10 toes. Lift your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. What we're going for here is an upside down V shape. So I'll turn so you can see that better if you're looking for that cue. Pressing evenly through the hands and feet. Lifting the hips up and back. You can bend your knees deeply and rest the belly on the thighs. The goal is to really extend the tailbone toward the sky and straighten the arms. Inhale, stepping forward to your hands into that halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. And inhaling, coming up in whatever way is comfortable to you. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. If downward dog is not working for you, you can go to a tabletop pose, which is hands and knees, and work through that. So let's go through that again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank pose. Wrapping the biceps back, the shoulders back, eye of the elbow facing forward. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the belly, chest and chin to the ground. Inhale, contracting those back muscles and peeling the chest off the mat for your cobra pose. Exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Again, wrapping the biceps back, eye of the elbows forward, and you can just pedal out the feet here, straightening one leg at a time, relaxing the neck. As you inhale, step forward into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great. We'll go through that just one more time. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into your plank pose. Strong in that top of a push-up. Hands are under the shoulders. Exhale, lower the knees and lower to the ground. Inhale your cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes under, pushing the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping forward into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Palms together, hands to heart center on your exhale. We're going to go into chair pose here. So with that, you're still pressing down through all four corners of your feet, but you're going to shift the weight back slightly towards your heels as you press your butt back like you're sitting in a chair. So the toes should be able to just lift off the mat, still pressing into the balls of the feet and the heels. You can keep your hands at your sides, chest is lifted, but not really arching in the back, keeping that natural curve. If you're comfortable here, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Try to sink a little bit deeper here. And on the exhale, fold into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into your chair pose. And we're going to add in some shoulder opening twists here. Take a few breaths here, sinking deeper if you can, feeling that rooting through your feet. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, open to the left. Left arm goes behind you, right arm goes in front. Chest turns slightly to the left. Keeping the chest lifted, looking out over that back arm if that feels good to you. And inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back into your chair pose. Good. Exhale, open up to the right, reaching the arms away from each other, turning the chest slightly to the right, looking back over the back arm for your chair twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And plant your hands and step back with your right foot, lowering the right knee to the mat and relaxing the right foot onto the mat. So the top of your right foot will be pressing into the mat. If you need to here, you'll see I have a towel. I can place that under my knee if the knee is sensitive, or I can even double up my mat for a little more cushion on the knee, depending on the surface you're practicing on. You can keep the hands down here. If you have blocks, you can use them to keep the chest lifted. Pressing down through the left foot, and that will help engage this large muscle group here. Pulling back with this left hip and forward with the right hip. Inhaling the arms up overhead. That pulling up through the center will help with your balance. Exhale, palms down. Lift the back knee. Inhale, step forward to meet the other foot. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. It's a good reset. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back with the left foot, lowering the left knee, relaxing the left foot and toes. Lifting here if you're comfortable, keeping the hands down or on blocks. Pressing down through the bottom of the front foot and the top of the back foot, which is the part that's pressing into the mat. Feeling those hips pull together to meet each other. Lifting the arms if you can into Anjaneyasana. Tiniest back bend here. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, straightening that front leg, flexing the toes back toward your nose, and reaching the chest forward to stretch the back of the leg. Inhale back into your low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. And you'll move through tabletop, so bringing that front leg back so your knees are directly under the hips, and moving the left foot forward so you're back in your low lunge on the left side with the left foot forward, coming up into your low lunge, and then exhaling into your half split. So bringing those toes towards your nose. Inhaling back into your low lunge. Exhale, bring the foot back into your tabletop. So knees are lined up directly under your hips. Palms, wrists, elbows, shoulders in the same line. We'll just go through a couple of quick cat-cow to loosen up the spine. Inhale, chest comes forward, tailbone comes up, belly dips toward the floor. Exhale, tailbone down, head down, back arches up toward the sky. Inhale, sliding the chest forward, cow. Exhale, arching the back for your cat pose. And just go through a few more of those with your own breath. Now we'll step forward 1 foot at a time into your forward fold. And inhale as you roll all the way up. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart center. Bring the feet close to each other so the big toes are almost touching. And you're still rooting down through all 4 corners of the feet. Now you're going to transfer all of your weight and effort to the right leg as you lift the left heel off the mat and open the left knee, keeping hips squared to the front. For your tree pose, hands can stay on the hips. Hands can come to heart center. If you're comfortable here and your balance is good, try lifting the foot to the calf, pressing the foot against the calf and the calf against the foot, so you have some opposing action there. If this feels good, you can lift it to the thigh, always avoiding the knee joint. Inhale the arms up overhead. For balance, it helps to pick a point that is not moving, about 2 feet in front of you, and focus on that. Exhale, hands come down, leg comes down, shake it out. We'll move to the other side. Effort and weight into the left foot, lifting the right heel, resting it against your ankle, hands on the waist, lifting the foot a little higher if you feel good here, hip is open, lifting to the thigh if your balance is good, hands to heart center. If you can, you feel good about this, inhale the arms up overhead, spreading your branches in your tree pose. We're going to do something a little different coming out of this. Exhale, try to keep the foot lifted. Exhale, hands down, stepping the foot back, bending deeply through the front knee. Back heel is lifted, and you're in your crescent lunge, lifting the arms up overhead. Looking up just slightly here. Knee is stacked directly over the ankle, and you're rooting down through the front foot, the entire foot, and the back foot, the heel is lifted, so you're rooting down through the toes and the ball of the foot. Inhale as you lower the arms and come up. Exhale, bend the knee, raise the arms. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now turn your feet so they're both facing the right side of your mat. Heels can be slightly wider than the toes for this one. And just bring the elbows back, chest comes up slightly, leading with your chest, moving into a wide-legged forward fold. Stopping halfway, placing the hands down if you can. You can also use a block for this. And exhaling as you release the rest of the way into the fold, shaking the head, taking all the effort out of the neck and the arms. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your legs, bending the knees, rolling up. And you're going to turn so that your right foot is now the front foot. All 10 toes are facing in the same direction. The left heel is lifted. I'll show you from the back and then I'll turn. Bending deeply through the right knee into your crescent pose on the other side. So we're back in this pose on the right. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Good. Inhale, straighten, lower the arms. Exhale, inhale, arms up, knee bends. Exhale, arms lower, leg straightens. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back into your crescent. Turning feet so they both face the left side of your mat. Heels can be slightly wider. If you have a block, I'd like you to put it next to you now because we will be using it as we make our way down to the mat. Elbows, shoulders roll back, chest up to the sky. Inhaling, as you exhale, lead with your chest. You can use your hands to roll your thighs toward each other. Stopping halfway for that flat back, extended back. And exhaling the rest of the way to the mat. Bring your left hand under your nose, plant it on your mat or your block. And as you inhale, open the right arm up into your twist. You can look up or down. Exhale, hands back to the mat or the block. Right hand plants directly under your nose. Inhale, opening the left arm. And exhaling back down. You can bring your feet a little closer to each other and turn them so that your toes are now wider than your heels. They're going to be about this far apart. You're still in your wide forward fold. You're going to lower down into squat or malasana. So the goal here, if you can, is to keep all four corners of the feet on the floor. If you need to, you can certainly go up on your toes. Another variation that feels good here, and this is why I told you to have your block, is to put the block under your butt, and you can sit on it, use the elbows to press the knees open, and still get all the benefits of the pose. Good. Remove the block if you're using it. If not, just carefully lower yourself to the mat. So from here, we're going to do a little core work, a little more stretching, and then we'll be good. So bending the feet, or bending the knees, planting the feet in front of you. Chest is close to the upper legs. Bring your hands to the back of your legs, almost like you're hooking into the back of your knees. And raise the chest as you lean back just slightly. From here, try lifting one foot, and then the other foot. Engaging the abdomen, belly button comes in and up. Really pulling up through that pelvic floor, engaging all the muscles in your glutes in that area. Inhale if you can. Both feet come up. You can release the arms here for full boat. If you can't do this, that's fine. One leg at a time is still going to get you some great core work. You can also place your hands behind you if you're having trouble keeping your chest close to the thighs, if you're doing more of this. Hands come behind you, and you've got some great support for your boat. And exhale, release. Good. So from here, hug the right knee in close to you. Straighten the left leg. Bring the chest up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, place the right hand just behind you. Wrap the left arm around the right knee and gentle twist to the right. Looking over the back shoulder if you can. On each inhalation, you're lengthening up through the spine as if someone had a string from the top of your head pulling you up toward the sky. And on each exhale, you twist just a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. Straighten the right leg, bend the left leg. Right toes are flexed as if you're going to be standing on them. Wrapping that right arm around the left knee. Or you can come to the outside of the leg like that if that feels better to you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. On each inhale, you're lengthening up through the crown of the head. And on each exhale, you're twisting just a little bit deeper. No need to crank here. And inhale as you release. Exhale here, shake it out. We'll bring the soles of the feet together here into butterfly. Feel free to give yourself a little foot massage. Give those feet some love. Now take your thumbs to your arches and roll your feet out slightly as if the feet are a flower bud that's opening, an opening petal. Bring the chest forward on the inhale and exhale as you fold over the legs. It does not matter how far down you go. Keeping the spine long, the chest forward. And inhale back to center. We'll do a more restorative version this time. So for some people it feels good if you move your legs a little farther away. I'm personally really tight through here, so I like to do that. So I move my legs a little farther away. I'm not pressing down, I'm just relaxing here. Inhaling, lifting the chest, and exhaling, just rounding the back, letting the head and neck relax. Just letting the body round in that beautiful C shape. over the legs, maybe putting a block under your head, or resting the head on the feet if you're able to. Inhale, coming up. Exhale the feet out long. Root down through your sitting bones. You're going to shift so that you're kind of on the front of your sitting bones towards the front of your butt cheeks. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale forward into seated forward fold. Again, it does not matter how far you go. The goal here is to lengthen and feel a stretch through the back of the legs. If this feels really easy to you, you can place a block at the end of the feet and grab for that. I don't do that because this is as far as I go usually. You may find that the longer you hold this, the further you're able to go. Inhale, come back to center. And on your exhale, lower down to the mat, one vertebra at a time, until you're nice and flat. We're going to do some bridge pose here. I'm trying to find a position where you can see me. So bend your knees again and plant your feet into the mat. You're going to bring them a little closer to your butt here so that you can brush the backs of your feet with your fingers. Now pressing into the feet, lift the hips, the pelvis, the low back, the mid back, the upper back, so the chest is lifted. Good. And exhale, coming down one vertebra at a time. If you can't go that high, that's okay. The goal is just to get the hips a little higher than the heart here for this mild inversion. Inhale, lifting the hips, the pelvis, however much of the back you can. If you're into the upper back, try drawing your shoulders a little closer together. Maybe clasping the hands underneath you. Tucking the chin toward the chest. Just one more breath here. And exhale as you lower down one vertebra at a time. Good. We'll add the arms in here. So this time, as you inhale, lift the hips and bring the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, try to bring the hands and the hips to the ground at the same time. So we'll just flow through that with your own breath a couple of times. Inhaling, tucking the chin toward the chest. Exhale. Good. Two more. Good. And one more. Hips and arms come up. Exhale, hips and arms lower down. Great. So now I'd like you to bend both knees and pull both knees into your chest. They can be wide if that's more comfortable to you, or narrow. You can grab the back of the thighs or the front of the legs, whatever feels good to you. Do some rolling here, massaging the low back. Great. Maybe making circles with one hip and then the other. And then coming back to center. Bring your arms out wide to a T. If you have problems with the shoulders, you can leave the hands on the belly. Inhale and exhale, lower the knees to the right. You can place the right hand on top of the left knee. That feels good to you. And gaze can be over the left arm, or for a more restorative version, to the right, the same way that your legs are twisting. Inhale the knees back to center. Arms out straight and wide. Heart is open. Exhale, lowering the knees to the left. Left hand can stay out wide or come to the top knee. Gaze can be over the right hand or to the left. Allowing the low back to stretch. Feeling the breath move through the body, releasing tension, just wringing it out of you. Inhale the legs back to center. Exhale here. On your next inhale, just bring your head up, bring everything into a tight little ball. Inhale, tighten, tighten, tighten as much as you can. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale, stretch out nice and long. Arms can come over the head. Sighing it out, releasing. Great. And we'll prepare for Shavasana, which is our final resting pose. So the body is long. You can place a towel or bolster under the knees if you need to. Legs are wide, so feet are like as wide as the mat and turned out. Arms are wide, palms are up. If that's uncomfortable, hands can come to the belly. And just stay here and rest. Feel your belly rise and fall with the breath. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Feel the breath return to its normal pace and rhythm. This is where we integrate the work that we've done today, where we allow the body to just absorb the effects of that. You're safe. You're done working. Nothing to do but relax here and feel supported by the mat, by the floor, by the earth. Inhaling and exhaling. Allow any sounds to just pass through your consciousness, recognize them and release them. No need to react right now. Allow any thoughts that arise to just pass by like clouds. Your only job here is to relax. Just rest for a few moments in stillness and silence. Breathing. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, start to connect back to the area around you. Maybe stretch out long on your mat. If you're not ready to come out of this yet, just stay here. Turn over onto your side, giving yourself a nice curling hug in that fetal position. And then pushing yourself up to sit. Your eyes can remain closed here, or you can allow them to flutter open. Hands rest on the knees. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands together, thumbs to heart center. Thank you for letting me guide you in this practice today. I hope you can see how this might benefit you in your other pursuits. And I hope you found something of value here, even if it was just making time for yourself today. Again, I thank you, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day.